All right, I alluded to this in the last podcast. This is an interesting view on a concept that I think people get wrong quite a bit. And this is understanding the difference between need and want. And we're actually going to use some of the other concepts to really understand the need versus want. Okay, so let's start analyzing this as it pertains to relationships. Okay, a lot of people will stay in a really bad relationship because they're like, oh, I need to be with them. That's my heart, man. I can't get away from. Okay, enough of the sappy stuff, but it's true. I mean, they say, I'm never going to get someone who understands me better. I need to stay with her or him. I'm never going to get with someone who is more attractive. That's a really unfortunately prevalent one in today's society. I'm never going to get someone who has more money. And it's funny because I can go back and listen to a skit by Dane Cook, and he says, why do people not, and he's using a girl to illustrate it, but I think men and women are just as guilty of it. But she says, you know what, I can't leave him. I can't leave him. He has my CDs. They're in his truck, and until I get that back, I just have to stay with him. I mean, besides, he's like one of the most popular guys. Or besides, like, have you seen what he drives? Or we always take this trip and we go to Hawaii. And it's just BS. So you're staying with someone because you think that you're never going to get these things or these moments, and you're saying, I'm just going to endure all of the crap so that I can just get this thing that I have talked myself into that I need. And so I think every healthy relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business partner, whether it's a marriage, I actually think that understanding your want as it pertains to your need is something that everybody should go through. And here's kind of how I illustrate it, because if you think that you need sex or you need money or you need status, you need to understand that those are all wants. Because if you think about it, if you need sex, you can walk into a bar and you can just go get sex. It's not really that hard, unfortunately. And it's kind of lost its meaning, especially in today's society. If you need money, well, we'd have a lot more bank robberies. And we all know what that path leads to. It's illegal. It's bad. Don't do it. So as it pertains to my wife, for instance, I need to be a good husband. I need to be a good friend. I need to be a man. I need, and think about it, needs are the selfish part of it. And the wants always involve someone else. So if you want sex, okay, that's going to involve someone else, you know? If you want status, okay, that's because you're trying to impress somebody. If you want a house, that means you're going to provide for your family. You need to provide for your family. You want a big house. You need to get from A to B. You want a really nice car. So please don't misunderstand me. I am saying that wants are very important. I'm just saying putting them in the right place in your mind so that they can work for you instead of against you. And remember that inner salesman inside of you, right? When you want something, it's going to try to talk you into the fact that you need it. So maybe let's approach this from the business partner standpoint. The biggest reason that anybody gets a business partner is the fact that they need money. And I unfortunately made a lot of bad deals just because I really needed capital to start my business or to keep it going or whatever it was. We needed money for some reason. But the problem is if you are only bringing someone into something that you care about so deeply for money, think about what their motive is. It's literally just money. So they're not going to understand the blood, the sweat, the tears. They're not going to understand the sacrifice. They're not going to understand the sleepless nights. They're not going to understand just the mental warfare that you go through with yourself, your family, the people around you. All they want is an ROI, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's the whole point of being an investor. But I'm just saying, when you're out there on the hunt for an investor and you're trying to get someone in your company, don't just sign an investment paperwork that makes them a partner or a stakeholder or whatever the deal structure is. Do not just get into business with them because you need something. Also get into business with them because you want to be in business with them. You have to make that a priority in the deal. I use the ratio, the importance of who I'm letting into my company. If it's an investor, 25% of it is weighted on the fact that I need money. 75% of it is weighted in the fact that we're basically getting into a relationship, and I need to want to hang out with you. I need to want to make you a ton of money. I need to want to love you enough to let you into something that is so important to me, that I've built from the ground up, that is everything. It's every fiber of my being. So I really, really want you guys to look at this in all aspects of your life. Think about it. You need companionship. That's just human nature. You want that person to be your companion. And then you need to be a great mate to keep them as your companion. So knowing about this need versus want tug of war that is going on all the time in your life, look at a game of tug of war. It goes back and forth and back and forth, and say that both sides are equally matched, because your needs and your wants are equally as important. You need both of those things. You really do. So look at it as if it were a tug of war. Your need and your want equally matched, pulling as hard as they can. What happens? You stand still, right? You stand still. Nothing's happening. You're going in a circle. You're staying in the same part of your life. You're wondering why the same things are happening. Now, what happens if you say, all right, we're all going to pull in one direction? Okay. Well, now you have twice as much energy going in one direction. So you're no longer standing still. You're exponentially moving forward in things that help you, in things that make you achieve big, great, beautiful things. So with that being said, I need to let you know I appreciate you, because you guys are awesome and I want you to come back. Thank you guys so much. This has been the Final Percent Podcast. If you want to talk about any of this, give me a shout on social media. It's Greg_KMG Live. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to debate with you. And if these things are working for you, if you appreciate what I'm doing, give me a shout on social media again. It means the world. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.